Risk management, a comprehensive overview. Risk management is the process of identifying, assessing, and controlling threats to an organization's capital and earnings. These threats or risks can arise from various sources, including financial uncertainties, legal liabilities, strategic management errors, accidents, and natural disasters. Effective risk management helps organizations anticipate and navigate potential issues, thereby safeguarding their operations, reputation, and financial stability. Key concepts in risk management. 1. Risk identification. What it is. The process of recognizing and describing risks that could impact a project, operation, or the entire organization. Why it's important. Identifying risks is crucial as it allows organizations to prepare and develop strategies to mitigate or avoid potential issues. How it's done. Techniques include brainstorming sessions, interviews with key stakeholders, checklists, and analyzing historical data or similar projects. Risk assessment. What it is involves analyzing identified risks to understand their potential impact and likelihood of occurrence. Risk analysis, qualitative analysis. Subjective judgment is used to prioritize risks based on likelihood and impact without using numerical values. Quantitative analysis, numerical methods such as statistical analysis or simulations are used to quantify the potential impact of risks. Risk prioritization. Risks are categorized, e.g., high, medium, low, based on their potential impact and probability, guiding decision-making processes. Risk response planning. What it is. Developing options and actions to address the identified risks. Risk response strategies. Avoidance. Altering plans to eliminate the risk or its impact. Mitigation. Reducing the likelihood or impact of a risk through specific actions. Transfer, shifting the impact of a risk to a third party, typically through insurance or outsourcing. Acceptance, acknowledging the risk and choosing to accept it without altering plans, often applicable for low impact risks. 4. Risk monitoring and review. What it is. Continuously tracking identified risks, monitoring residual risks, and identifying new risks. Why it's important. Continuous monitoring ensures that risks are managed throughout the life of a project or business operation. Tools, risk registers, status reports, and regular review meetings. 5. Risk communication. What it is. The process of sharing information about risk and risk management activities with stakeholders. Why it's important ensures that all stakeholders understand the risks and the measures taken to manage them. Methods through reports, meetings, dashboards, and other communication tools. Types of risks in risk management. 1. Financial risks involves market risk, credit risk, liquidity risk, and operational risk, which may affect the financial health of the organization. 2. Operational risks, risks arising from internal processes, systems, people, or external events, such as system failures, fraud, or human error. 3. Strategic risks, risks that affect the overall strategy, such as market changes, competitive pressures, or innovation failures. 4. Compliance risks, risks related to legal or regulatory penalties, financial forfeiture, and material loss due to noncompliance with laws and regulations. 5. Reputation risks, risks that could damage the organization's public image or brand value. 6. Environmental risks, risks arising from natural events like earthquakes, floods, or pandemics, which can disrupt operations. The HASHRA, the risk management process steps. 1. Establishing the context, defining the external and internal parameters that should be considered when managing risk, including objectives, the environment, and stakeholders. 2. Risk identification, identifying potential risks that could affect the organization or project. 3. Risk assessment, analyzing and evaluating the risks based on their likelihood and potential impact. 4. Risk treatment, implementing strategies to manage the identified risks. 5. Monitoring and reviewing, continuously monitoring the risk environment and the effectiveness of risk treatments. 6. Communication and consultation, engaging with stakeholders throughout the risk management process to ensure transparency and inclusion. Risk advisory and consulting in risk management. Risk advisory and consulting services play a crucial role in enhancing an organization's ability to manage risks. These services provide specialized expertise, strategic insights, and hands-on support to help organizations identify, assess, and manage risks effectively. Now, trust 1. Role of risk advisory in risk management. Risk advisory services are designed to assist organizations in identifying potential risks and developing strategies to mitigate them. The process identifying risks. Risk advisory professionals use tools and techniques like interviews, workshops, and assessments to identify risks. Assessing risks. Evaluating the identified risks to understand their potential impact and likelihood, helping to prioritize which risks require immediate attention. Developing risk management strategies, formulating strategies to manage risks, which may involve avoidance, mitigation, transfer, or acceptance. Implementing risk controls, helping organizations implement controls and processes to manage risks, such as changes in operational procedures, adoption of new technologies, or restructuring functions. Compliance and regulatory support, ensuring that the organization complies with relevant laws and regulations, which is critical in industries with stringent regulatory requirements. Continuous monitoring, setting up systems for ongoing monitoring and reporting of risks, enabling the organization to respond to new or evolving risks effectively. Ahead to role of consulting in risk management. Consulting services in risk management provide more in-depth involvement, like often focusing on executing risk management strategies. Consultants typically assist with strategic planning, integrating risk management into the organization's overall strategy, ensuring that risk considerations are factored into decision making. Process optimization, analyzing and optimizing existing processes to make them more resilient to risks, such as improving supply chain management or enhancing cybersecurity protocols. Technology implementation, assisting in the selection and implementation of technology solutions that support risk management, including risk management software and data analytics tools. Change management, providing support for implementing risk management strategies, ensuring that changes are smoothly integrated with minimal disruption. Training and development, offering training programs for employees to build a risk-aware culture within the organization. Crisis management, providing support during crises, guiding the organization through the crisis, managing communication, and aiding recovery efforts. The risk advisory and consulting process. The risk advisory and consulting process generally involves the following steps. 1. Initial consultation and engagement. Understanding client needs. The initial consultation aims to understand the client's specific needs, industry, and risk landscape. Defining the scope. The scope of the advisory or consulting engagement is defined, including focus areas, objectives, timelines, and required resources. 2. Risk assessment and analysis. Data collection. Gathering data through interviews, surveys, and document reviews forming the basis of the risk assessment. Risk identification. Identifying risks using the collected data, which might involve conducting workshops or analyzing historical data. Risk evaluation. Evaluating identified risks for their likelihood and potential impact using tools like risk matrices or scenario analysis. Reporting. Compiling the assessment results into a detailed report outlining the identified risks, their potential impact, and recommended actions. 3. Strategy development. Customized risk management plan. Developing a customized plan based on the assessment, including specific actions, timelines, and responsible parties. Stakeholder alignment. Discussing the plan with stakeholders to ensure alignment and adjust as necessary based on feedback. 4. Implementation support. Action plan execution. Working with the organization to execute the risk management plan, which might involve implementing new technologies or enhancing compliance procedures. Monitoring and adjustment. Monitoring the implementation to ensure it proceeds as planned with adjustments made as needed.